Okay, so let us start now. Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back to Acad Systems free online lesson. So in today's session, actually, you all will be with me, Rosha Emma binti Abdul Aziz, and I am one of the technical team from Acad System Penang branch. And in today, to make this session more engaging, actually, you may raise any question or maybe a concern in this chat section below. If you can see at your Zoom meeting interface at the bottom, you can see a chat section. So here I will go hi to everybody first at the bottom of your Zoom interface. Okay, we can use this chat section to raise any question that you have. All right, so as you can see on my slide, the topic for today is about detailing in Revit. And before that, actually I provide here actually is my contact number in case any of you want to contact me privately. So it will be one of the alternatives to reach a CAD system. But of course, besides that, you can always go to our website. So go to our website and just type acadsystems.com. Okay, acadsystems.com with S and just enter. You will be directly to our homepage. Just at our homepage, just by scrolling our homepage, you can find a lot of information about us, such as our contact number for Kuala Lumpur and also for Penang office. So if you guys have any concern or inquiries, feel free to contact us at any time. You also can get here, you can also get to know about our latest promotion and news, as well as our latest workshops and also webinars. Okay, so let's back to our slide. Okay, so what is detailing in Revit? Okay, most of us, when we work in Revit, actually we are using the smart elements, okay, such as the walls, doors, floor, and many more. They are all actually interconnected and work together as a model. But however, in the software, in this Revit software, it does not automatically can display how elements should be built to fit together. All right, so in this case, we need to do the detailing. So here, actually, when we want to do the detailing in Revit, there are few ways that we can use, all right, to do the detailing. But in this lesson, we will learn on how to create the detailing by using a call out from a plan. All right, let's see the next slide. Here I prepare a simple illustrated visual for a better understanding on what we are going to do today. So here is the situation. Let's say we have a 3D model, just a very simple one, a 3D model, and we want to create a detailing in some part of the model. So this is the parent view, and we want to do the detailing of some part of the parent's view. So we will create a call out first to get a close up view. Note that actually when we want to do the call out, we can do on the plan, on the section, or even at the elevation view. It will show us the enlargement version of part of the parent view, and also can provide much more information or details about that specific part of the building model. So this is the rough overview of it. Now let us go to Revit and let's see how it is look like in Revit. So I'm going to share my Revit now. Okay, can you see my Revit now? I'm sharing my Revit now. Okay, yes. All right. So here we got like a 3D model that the already finished project, okay? Because this is during the phase of we are doing the construction document, and we want to do like some detailing of some part of the model. So how we want to start, actually from the previous understanding, it seems like easy, right? Just from the call out, then do the detailing. But there are some steps actually on how to do it. So while we are doing this, we're gonna put the view to the sheet. So because we are doing the construction document, so first, I'm going to create the new sheet, just a very simple one. I'm going to sheet new, and I'm just going to take a sample title block. So we will get just an empty title block right now, okay? Because this is very important, because we want to understand, we want to see clearly actually how the steps, how it relate and how it connected to each other, right from the parent's view until to the detail view. So firstly, we will go to the first floor. All right, this is the first floor, first plan floor of the 3D model. All right, what we want to do right now is we want to make a cut section, okay, across the whole building. So I'm going to view tab, and here is the section, and I'll click on it. Okay, click on the section, but then go to the properties. We need to really alert, because there's a lot of type of section, like building section, wall section, and also detail. So I'm going to choose building section. All right, just put it here and make it across the building, and here. Okay, I'm going to flip because I want my view range is to be the opposite one. All right, so just right click, go to view, and let's see how the cut section of this floor plan. All right, so this is the cut section, and notice that here at the project browser, it is actually newly at the section, building section, as a section 1. It's automatically named for you section 1, but we don't want it to be named as section 1. Let's rename it as a building section. And okay, so in this section, actually, if you click on any element, for example, maybe like wall, roof, and this floor, it kind of give you one element, right, of the wall. But when you go to the properties, actually, okay, it is a basic wall. This one, the highlighted one, is a basic wall, exterior wall. But if we click on the edit type, all right, and then preview the structure, and here at the structure and edit, I will click here, we will see that this particular opposite wall actually is very detailed. It got a lot of layers over here. So it also shows the material in a very orderly sequences from this exterior side, outer side, to the inner side, the interior side. So this is what we need when we want to do the detailing for this wall information. We need all of this to do the detailing. So right now, I'm just going to close it first. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to the sheet that I made earlier. Here it's still blank, a blank one. I'm going to drag the first floor plan to this sheet. So just drag over here and put like this. So remember that we create the cut section just now. So the cut section is this newly made, right, the building section. So I'm going to drag this building section under it like this, and what you can see is actually it from empty info, it will automatically reconnect it to this section view, right? It has the number 2 here. It is a reference detail on this number 2 building section. So that is what, when we do the a section or we do the call out, but this is not done yet. What we need to do right now is we need to remember that I say call out. It's just like zoom, like you have a very big house, then you zoom at this particular part, and then in this particular part you zoom it again until you found a really like particular part that you want to do detailing with. So back to the building section. Okay, here we will do the call out. Back to view, and here do pick the call out, but here make sure you pick the wall section, not the building section. So I'm going to just draw like this for the whole up, like this, just up a little bit, and click on it, and as usual we can go to view to see the enlargement version of it. So all right, this is the building section call out one, which is automatically give name to you. But okay, notice here at the browser. Okay, notice here at the browser, it is automatically go to the section wall section instead of the building section, and it give you names like this. But let's rename it. I want to rename it as a typical wall, and done. All right, so I'm going to make it coarse. All right. So what we will do here is actually, this is quite big for us to do the detailing. So we will choose any part of it before we start to do the detailing. So I choose like maybe the upper part of the typical wall. So here we click again at the call out, but this time we don't choose the wall section or the building section, but we choose the detail one. All right, because we want to do detailing already. So I'm going to just like this, just draw, and this one I'm going to just like this. All right, then when I click and go to view, I will get a much clearer and a bigger version of this typical wall, and this typical wall is from the building section and so on. So this is what we want right now. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the sheet for a while. Okay, here is the chronology, actually the first floor, and then we do the cut section, and then we got the building section. And from the building section, remember that I just created the wall section here. All right, and we named it as a typical wall. So I'm going to drag this typical wall, okay, the typical wall to here. And you can see that the empty details here already refilled by number 3 because it referring to this number 3. And in this number 3, I create another call out, but this one is a detail one, detail view of this. It's still empty over here if you see. So I'm going to drag the newly that we made, and if you see here at the details view, okay, the latest one that we made is falls under the details view, and it automatically give you name as a detail 0 here. But I want to change the name because this detail, we will name it as careful and okay. Oh, not yet. So I'm just going to drag this gable end here. And as you can see, it automatically linked to it. So in this particular sheet, everything is linked to each other. But here, it is not what we want yet. This is not detailed at all. So now is we want to do the detailing is at this gable end. So we go back here and we can start to do the detailing. Okay, when we want to do the detailing, all we need is actually the Annotate tab. Okay, at up here at the Annotate tab, and you can see the details section. It got detail line, region, components, the detail component, installation, and so on for us to use when we want to do the detailing. Okay, but before that, it is important for us to understand that detail component that we are going to use in Revit is actually Revit family. Detail component is from Revit family. So every time we want to use, we actually need to load from the Revit library. Okay, for example, if I go to the component and I click detail component, and I click the detail component, and I go to the properties, and here at the type selector drop down, and I can change and I can choose a lot of others detail component over here. All right, but all of this is what I already load in this project. So what if what I want is not here? For example, I can use this as for single to put here. I can put the bed insulation, I can put all of them, but this is all what I already load. If it is not here, don't worry, because it's always can load the family to use it. And for the family, actually, don't worry, it is all in the detail item in the Revit library. And you can just search here if what you want is not on here. And for your information, this library will be installed together when you install Revit. So don't worry, because Revit actually contains like over 500 details components family that we can use. But most of people will ask, what is at the details library, what you want is not there, what you desire is not there. So my opinion and what I do is actually we can just duplicate the existing one, and then we can modify it a little bit so it will fit our need. Then we can use it over and over again in our project. Okay, so I think I talked too much, so done with the talking. So let's see how I'm going to do this. Okay, actually when we do the detailing, just like its name, it's detailed, so it kind of need a lot of patience actually. So I'm going to change first. Okay, remember that this particular wall, this basic wall, interior wall, like we see earlier, it kind of a lot of layers. So based on that layer is what we want to do right now. Okay, first thing, it do have gypsum wall. Okay, you can just click and then just put just like this. And then you can adjust a little bit. And it have like wood. This is what I already load because I don't want to, if it's not here, then I have to load and it will kind of waste of time. So it is already here of what I want to put in the detailing. So I'm going to do this for a while. This one. So you can just press a space bar when we want to rotate. It's much easier that way. All right. Here I'm going to hide the crop region because we want to put the break line. So next is remember that this basic wall, it has a finishing of this wood sliding like dynamic. So I'm going to put, and it actually kind of repetitive thing. You can just drag it down here. So how long you want to drag it down actually, when you create detail, you have like a line breaker, okay, or we call it as a break line. So I'm going to pick some break line over here, and okay, and I'm just put here. So it will cover unneeded because we don't need it to be that long. Okay, up here also needed. So I'm just going to create similar and put it here. Okay, so it kind of hide everything. So you got it here, you got it here. Just so we just need to focus on this area to do the detailing. I need to balik. Then we put another. I'm going to take some time to put all of these things. Plumber section. You just put like that, and for the installation also you can put in a detail. And here we got that installations. So here you can just put like that. And remember that I say the break line will be hiding everything under it, but right now it kind of have in front of the break line. But don't worry, because when you do the detailing, you can always click on the element and you can play around with you can bring to front or you can bring to back. So I'm going to bring to front again. So next I'm going to do again the gypsum. Some wallboard. And it got wood shade thin plywood also. Here. And when I click here, you kind of can see that I kind of highlight everything. So here we actually can use the fill region to like divide this wood section. So I'm just going to click the fill region and it will be kind of blur a little bit. So you can just draw a line, pick line, or make a rectangle. So I'm just going to pick rectangle at the end point and just drag it all the way here and click OK. So again, this one I'm going to bring to front. All right. There's a lot of things actually we need to go back and put one by one because this thing is detailing. So you need to put like extra focus and extra, it quite takes some time to do this. Okay, so basically this is how we do it based on the information that we see. This is what we do. So next I'm going to put air vent, rafter vent over here. All right, okay, if we go back to our sheet, actually here, our sheet, you can see that it is simultaneously drawn also here, all right? So like for the annotation, actually, we also can do it, but we will do it here, and also it will automatically appear at here at your sheet also. So every time when we adjust or we we change anything in this particular view, it will always go back and simultaneously change in this sheet also. Okay, because it is already connected to each other. So for annotations, actually, we can actually just manually put it here by clicking at the text actually. Okay, and mostly can use to segment to make the arrow much more beautiful. And you can just pick at any of them and then just make like this, and then you can just put the name. For example, this one is Raptor Band. So that is how you manually put the annotation for this detailing view. And let's see again here, it is here. So I'm going to finish my detailing because it is not complete yet. So I need a little focus here, sorry. What else? Gypsum board. Okay, this is insulation for this particular. All right, but this one I need it to be sent to back. So remember that earlier when I click on the wall, it kind of just give you one element of the wall. But right now you can click like the gypsum wall board, the bed insulation, and oh, I think it's upside down, and wood shaping plywood. So it will give you a much more detail, and you can annotate that one by one individually, because before this, when we click, it just show you like this. Okay, just basic wall exterior walls. All right, so I see that the chat section kind of can use tag by category for component detailing. Actually, like I mentioned earlier, before we start the detailing actually got a few ways on how to do it. So when we do the annotation here, we actually also can use the keynote. if we don't want to manually do it. But that one, we need to be really clear on what of detail component that we already load, and then we can do it. Yes, exactly. You can use drafting view to store all typical detail. Like what we're doing right now, this is one way that we do from a call out plan. Another way is we can do the drafting view to do the drafting details too. So I anticipating for if you guys have any like question, you can drop down in the chat section. Hello, how to adjust the detail view bigger in the sheet? Oh, that one we just need to wait. This one is we can use the scale value over here. Okay, we can view the scale of the view part and it can be much bigger. This one is smaller. This one is bigger. Oh, this one is much bigger. How to make it in material color shaded for detailing? Actually here, oh, there's a lot of question back and forth. How to make material color shaded in detailing? Actually, we just can use at our graphic display option, because all this time actually just made it a hidden line. Actually, we can do it in a consistent color, but I just prefer to make it in hidden line because I don't want to be, it's so much thing to do. But you can always change your graphic display option. Can this function do in family editor? Is that what you mean by family creation? Is the family editor, if I'm not mistaken, you? Yes, because like I said earlier, what we use in detail component is in the Revit library, right? So if you want to make it from scratch, if you want to do it on your own, also can, but it quite going to take some time because family creation is quite advanced actually. But the easiest way is actually you can just pick any of the component detail, the existing one from all of the Revit libraries. You can duplicate it and then modify it to your preference. Then you can use it, save and use it all over again to your project. All right. So actually for today, I kind of prepare something for you guys, okay, but we will do it at the end of the webinar. So here I'm going to go back to our website in case you guys need to have any inquiries to contact us again. So I just going to share my screen. Okay, you guys can always go to our website to use our help desk menu in case you guys have a lot of inquiries and concern and anything. Just go to help desk and Acad system new help desk, and here you can always submit your case. Just continue as guest here, and please provide your name, your subject, your email address, and so on. All right, pick your categories, your priority, and just submit ticket, and our site will go to you shortly. All right. All right. So you actually, I am really appreciate for you for coming today, but it's not done yet because I just want to ask you something. If you have really enjoyed and think you're benefited from our free online lessons for today, I need you guys to help me by giving me like a thumbs up reaction so that I can deliver more lessons to you after this. All right. So can we do it like together? So if you don't know, at the bottom of your Zoom interface there is a reaction button actually, okay, and if you click there is a thumbs up. So let us do some thumbs up for me, and I'm going to count until like 3. 1. Okay, there's not much thumbs up for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you for those who thumbs up in the video for me. All right, so thank you for that. Actually, I have another things to do. In this session, I create a polls for you. So I want to ask, do you see any polls on your screen? All right, because I need you guys to spend just a little time to this polling. Oh, so I can see 7 people already answering, 9 people already answering. Wow, you guys is really fast. Oh, already 14 people already answered. All right. Okay, 25 already answered. Thank you very much. All right, so 74% of the participant already replied. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much for your time. Okay, so I will end my session today. Thank you very much.